So what we're trying to do is also use this as a recruitment tool, if you think about it. And then the week prior to that is Rocky Mountain Train Show. So there will be, I believe, a merit badge for that. They're looking for Scout and Scouter volunteers, and that is, I believe, up at the National Western Complex. So, and then we have some emergency service training events. April 2nd is backcountry, and April 5th is boating safety. And then don't forget that ham radio is first and third Sundays every month. Okay, we are looking at recruiting. So Jared's helping run this event. It's a free Scout Day at County Line BMX. It's going to be on May 3rd and May 10th. So please promote this with your units to get Scouts and those that want to be Scouts there, correct?
Yeah, so this one is bring a friend is strongly encouraged. All they need to do is bring a bike helmet. There should be bikes to borrow. If they want to bring their own bike, they're welcome to. They need a bike helmet. They need their own bike, they're welcome to. They need a bike helmet. They need closed-toed shoes and long pants. And they can come out and ride on the official BMX track as much as they want. There's going to be some experts there to show them how to do it and talk about BMX. Should be an absolute blast. Great event to get your kids out there, do some fun stuff, have some activity you don't have to plan, and then really trying to promote that as a bring a friend event. Get some more kids involved in scouting as well.
So after they do this, we have another idea for them. We're going to do a spring red carpet event. It's going to be the Thursday after Roundtable. No, 2 Thursdays after Roundtable. So it's going to be May 22nd. Highlands Ranch will be here at St. Luke's. Parker will be at Parker United Methodist Church. And we're still looking at Castle Rock to make sure that we have a location, but we're working on it. And please be on the lookout for the exact time of when we're going to do this. But this is to promote scouting for Cub Scouts, for Boy Scouts, Scouts, BSA, Scouting America. It's to promote everything.
So this one,
Is
we're focusing on kind of transitioning our fall red carpet event to the spring. So what we'd love to have is troops come out the way you normally do in the fall with a trailer with some fun activities so that we can get all the Cub Scouts who are currently Webelos, rising AOLs, to come visit and meet the troops so then they can hang out through the summer and do all the cool, fun outdoor activities with the troop through the summer instead of meeting them in the fall and then you're right into winter and there's not a lot to do. So that's the idea here. Yes, Andrew.
Right, troops, like me, right? You guys should really bring like a calendar of summer events with you that you can hand out on a flyer, right?
That's an excellent idea.
All right.
So it's not for incoming cubbies.
This is for Webelos who are going to be AOLs starting June 1st.
Okay. So we have Cub Scout Day Camp. It's 2 days, according to the calendar. June 5th and 6th, 8:30 to 4:30. It's at Crest Hill Middle School in Highlands Ranch. And if you register by March 31st, it's only $15. So I'll leave this slide up so you can go take a picture. Yes, take a friend. Yes, thank you.
We were wondering, previously there's like a requirement of how many adults per kids.
Chaperone, how many adults per kids?
Yeah.
1 per 5 to 8 scouts. Mm-hmm.
And
And if your scouts are not the same age, like if you're going to have like a couple kids, you know, in different den groups, and so they're going to be, you know, splitting off into different groups, do you have to have an adult that goes with each set of kids?
They try to keep the dens together. I'm repeating for. Okay, so activity levels for all ages. You try to keep the kids together, and if you get above 8 cubbies, they really want a second adult. And honestly, if I would think with cubs, once you get to 6, you'd probably want that second adult, really.
Hey, Wayne, one more question.
Yes, one more question.
Because it came up at the PAC 870 committee meeting this week. I told the parents I doubt it, but I figured I'd ask for their benefit. Being that it's at Crestone Middle School, we're not going to be doing BB guns, right? That's what I thought. Yep, that is exactly what I expected, so thank you. Oh, another one.
And just to remind everybody, with the policy changes in the last few years, if your youth is a lion or tiger, their parent must be present with them there. So remember to factor that in where you're trying to get all of your adult coverage. We are asking for walking leaders this year to not be youth, that it be a registered adult being walking leaders to help take the youth from station to station for YPT reasons. So,
Okay.
Thank you.
So, thank you. That's a very excellent point. So, and by the way, since it is at Crest Hill Middle School, we will be able to use their bathrooms. No porta potty. You know, that's actually a pretty big thing. Okay, so we have some trainings coming up. Randy is our training chair. And so May 2nd and 3rd, we have Baloo. For those, Baloo is basic adult. Basic adult outdoor. Okay. I've taken it, but it was last century, or it feels that way. And then ISLES is Introduction to Outdoor Leader Skills for Scouts BSA. So please take a look at these. Do you have a location for May 9th up in North? Okay.
I'm not sure Kathy reported it yet.
Okay.
Put their registration in Black Club as soon as you got it. Fine.
Okay. Keep a lookout.
Registration will be open soon, but it is open now.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
All the details for all of these times and locations will be in the district Google Calendar with links to Black Bug and everything else as soon as we have them.
The ISLES training that you can take if you go to PV,
Yeah.
does that count?
Yes.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking.
So you can take it during summer camp? Is that what you said? It's offered at summer camp. Okay, that's perfect. And please make sure if they give you a certificate or any information, if they do, please bring that with you so we can make sure it gets recorded in case it gets missed. So we want you to be ISLES trained.
And one more thing on Baloo, for pack leaders, if you are needing a leader in your unit and you have a parent who is willing to step up and go be Baloo trained, if they will contact me after they register, Black Feather District will get them reimbursed as a way of saying thank you for stepping up and being a trained pack leader, because that's something we desperately need more of in the district. We are the only district to currently offer that in all of Scouting Colorado.
Cool. Okay, we have some wood badge. That's what some of these beads are. Andrew has it, the neckerchief. So there's still some slots open. We want you to know they're trying to save the antelope patrol. So that means that's the 8th animal, 8th critter and wood badge. And right now they got enough for 6 or 7, but not enough for the antelope. Got to save the antelope. And then Leanne Grubb, who's from Black Feather, her course is this fall in August and September. Yes. Okay, so March 28th through 30th, and then April 12th and 13th. So it is all day Friday, and the second weekend is Saturday and Sunday. So the first weekend is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You stay there all this during that time. And it's actually it's an awesome course. It helps you with communicating, helps you understand conflicts, how to resolve them. It helps you, it's a mini MBA course in a lot of ways. So, and then at the end of it, you'll be given something to work on, and you have 18 months to complete that. August 22nd and 24th and 6th and 7th. And then National Youth Leadership Training. This is the Wood Badge course for our youth, basically. So it's the youth, train the youth. It's for a week. And it is from Sunday to Saturday. And they stay at Peaceful Valley at Magnus. And we have some great Scoutmasters. And to be honest, a bunch of them are from, we got a few from Black Feather, too. Yes, ma'am? Okay, there will be one link troop each week. So what that means is the link troop, like I am the link troop Scoutmaster, one of two. Link troop there's a few girl patrols and a few boy patrols. So there's a girl Scoutmaster and a boy Scoutmaster. That's a link troop. So we have like double the staff. And it's, we are already working on the course. We've been working on it probably since October. No, I'm sorry. You send your youth. Your youth go. If you are first class and 13 years old, you can send your scout. I did not answer your question. I think it's $360.
Wait, sorry.
$375.
The question was if it's something you attend as a troop, like summer camp, or if it's something individuals
No,
would
this
attend.
is individual, and you are recommended by your Scoutmaster to go. So, sorry, I misunderstood that question. But that is really what that is about. And it really, if you sent your scout, they'll come back different. And I mean that. They will come back more enthused. A lot of times they come back more respectful, too. Yes, John?
Basically, NYLT, for those of you that don't know it, is junior leader training. It is for that scout that you want to be a leader in your unit. I took it in 1966 out in Detroit. And here it's Wood Badge for the scouts.
Okay. Yes.
Are you still accepting
I actually do. Well, if your youth are you still accepting youth staff? And to be honest, if they've already done NYLT, then yes, there is a possibility. There's only a few positions open. One of those positions is a troop guide for the girls. So we do need a girl on week 3 for, as far as I know, for that position. So there might be some in week 3. Our session 3 is July. So, yes.
My home unit would offer the opportunity to reimburse part of the costs for NYLT to scouts that would do a presentation based on what they learned at our troop meeting. So something to consider, help reduce the costs, and you get really great trained leaders. So thank you.
And we're working on getting some scholarship situations going too. So I think that's that. Order of the Arrow, very quickly, April 16th, May 14th, and spring induction. The Coney weekend is May 2nd through 4th, and that will be at Peaceful Valley. And then the dues are available to be paid at tohosa.org. Okay, I think we've hit all the... V, any more?
Sorry,
Get
Alberto
those
had me
investment in
distracted.
character and fall recruitment and spring recruitment planning meetings going. B, you're up.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. I'm Evie. If you don't know me, how are you all? Perfect. I love that. You're so lively. My things tonight, fall recruitment planning meetings. We are already starting to roll out with PAC. So if you are in a PAC and you have not had a sit-down Key 3 meeting with your Key 3 and whoever is your recruitment chair with Asher or myself, please contact your DE. We'll be sending out an email probably this next week on that, trying to get those all rolled out and coordinated so we can start planning in advance for fall recruitment for PACs. Our biggest things that we have right now is our investment in character presentations. Investment in character is huge. Blackfeather has more units signed up than last year, but we still have a large number of units not signed up. We have the largest number of units not signed up of any district currently. And I like to think Blackfeather is the best district and we're better than that. So if your unit is not signed up, you should have received an email or multiple phone calls from your DE. Please get back with Asher and myself on that so we can get you on the board. Having an investment in character presentation is a required metric for getting your unit's 5-star status. And then camp cards. If your unit got camp cards, congratulations. You can pick them up here tonight. I am at the back sitting at that table where Jared currently is. Jared, wave your hand. There you go. Please come see me and I can check them out to you and get you all set up for success with camp cards this year. That's really all I got, Wayne.
Perfect. Next roundtable is April 3rd. It's a week earlier than this week, so I want you to be aware of it. Jared will be helping doing this next time, and so will John. I will be away in California. So the club leader breakout will be summer activity planning, and then we're going to talk about weather safety, and that's more than just cold weather camping, just so you know. And then the big rock will be adult leader transition. Recognition. What did I say? Transition. I'm in the transition. Okay, so right now we're going to go into online resources, which will be Greg. And as I hand this off to him, this is his only slide, so take a picture of that. And
All right. Okay, this is the audience participatory version. Go back to the QR code for a sec. Okay. Everybody take out your phones, please. Awesome. Or a camera, but a phone will do. I want you to take a picture of the QR code that's going to come up. Now, I've been told I have to be under an hour, so I'm just kidding. So actually, and I should have hit start. I have 10 minutes, but I think I can do it in 5. I am not gonna, this is a list of online resources for the council, for the district, and, okay. So what I did was I put together a bunch of URLs, and part of what I want to do is if you have suggestions, if you have stuff that you want me to add, please let me know, and I will add that to our URL document. All right. Sorry. All right. Okay. So while they're doing that, I'll let you know, the way I broke this out is I have it by sort of things that are everybody, not specific to troops, packs, ships, or crews. And then I have stuff that is specific to a troop, specific to a pack, specific to a ship, which is Sea Scouts, if you haven't done that yet, or a venturing crew. Do we have it? All right, yay. Okay, so scroll down, and then I want everybody to take a picture of the QR code, or the link, which is tinyurl.com/whatever. Yeah, take a picture of that. Awesome. Can everybody see it? I don't know if I'm in the way. Can you see it from there? Yay. So the idea is to give you a list of resources. Now, a lot of people asked tonight about, oh, what about that BMX thing? I have a link in here. What about that, what about NYLT? I have a link in here. I don't have a link to NYLT Academy, but I have a note to add that. That's something special. But yeah, so let's, did everybody get a picture? So afterwards, you can go to that URL. And if you have anything to add, email us at, it's going to be hard to remember, blackfeatherdistrict@gmail.com. So, and if you go to the link, the email address is in there. So do you want to start? Are you at the top now? I think you are. So I'll just go through a few of these. So for national, I have the national website, online training. All our leaders need to be trained. High adventure camps. There's 4 that are sort of the official high adventure camps, but there's other stuff too. Talk to Christine Lux about Seabase. That's kind of fun. So I have links to that. I have a link to the National Scout Shop as well as our Council Scout Shop. For troops, I have links to program stuff. So you say you're a Scoutmaster and you're like, well, I'm looking for something to do with my troop, or the patrols, maybe have a competition. Well, there's a link to that. Go to Troop Leader Resources. There's team building. There's NAIL, Aaron on Scouting. NAIL is it's kind of like NYLT. It's for youth leadership that are Scouts BSA and above, but it's a national course. So keep going down. We have PACs, the Scouts BSA, Cub Scouts, Advancement, Cub Scout Adventures. Like Aaron on Scouting, there is a Cub Scout chat, which is a resource for you Cub Masters, Assistant Cub Masters, Den Leaders, to help you with your units. Scroll on down. Can you scroll down a little bit? Okay. All right, stop. OA, so for those that don't know, OA is, do you have to be 14 and above or just first class, or what's the age? Anybody? Brendan? First class? Okay. So Order of the Arrow is a Scouts BSA and above thing, but I have the link to the national site, and I also have farther down a link to the council and to our chapter. There's high adventure tracks. If you're in OA, you can actually go to a high adventure camp and you work the camp for a week, and then you attend for a week. It's a lot of fun, and the cost is greatly reduced. Venture crew and Sea Scout crews, or ships, I put crews, but it's really ships. I have the manuals, I've got resources. Keep going. All right. Now this is council specific. Our council website, council calendar. I do have the district calendar. When you get to the district section, unit fundraising, scout shop, Colorado Adventure Point, Wood Badge, that's the leadership training that we talked about, and a link to the Wood Badge site. We do have special needs scouting support, and so you'll find a link to there in there. Awards nominations, we just had the Silver Beaver dinner. Again, congratulations to Kathy, to Wayne, and to Andy Rao. Thank you. Scouting for Food, Be a Scout. Your unit should have an entry on Be a Scout. It's a website that lets people find your pack or your Sea Scout ship or your venturing crew or your Scouts BSA troop.
Real quick,
Yeah.
just going back one quick second, you mentioned special needs. There was a newsletter that went out this week for Black Feather. If you look on it, you'll see there's an article, and what's the name of the article is, but it's on special needs. It was written by Ross Phillips.
and he was our district chair. And scroll down, and I do have some shooting sports stuff if you want to sign up to help out with that. Let's scroll down. OA at the lodge level, which is the council level. Elections, the calendar. You can keep going, that's fine. Venture crews in the council level. Troop stuff at the council level, including our scout camp, McNeil Scout Ranch at Peaceful Valley. Other links, merit badge counselor information, PACs, stuff for PACs, including day camp. You saw that on the slide deck tonight. Keep going. All right. And finally, Black Feather District. So district website, the calendar that we keep talking about, which is amazing. Thank you, Jared, for maintaining it. The dinner that's coming up, we'll add that May 8th date and the, what's it called? Something mug or black mug or what is it? Black Pug. We'll add that to this calendar. IELTS training, which you saw, we'll add the links to that along with Baloo. I had a link for that up above, or I guess down below. Keep going. I think that's almost it. Awesome. So before I go, I'm almost at my time. Did anybody have any questions or anything that I should add that's not on there? Go ahead.
One thing I've been unable to find is 5-star or whatever the program is. I've been unable to find the STAR program that replaced the JTE.
I will add that. I'll work with.
I'll look for that. I couldn't find it on the council website.
I will look for the link. I'll work with V, and we'll get that on there. That's great. This is why I want to know. Anything else I'm missing or that you guys know about that everybody should know about and I didn't include tonight? Okay. Well, thank you all. Please go to blackfeatherdistrict@gmail.com if you have something you think of later to add, and go there and look for resources. I got a lot. I've got everything for everybody there. So thank you guys so much. Have a great night.
Yeah, I found the app.
Okay. It's all good. It's all good. Thank you.
Greg.
So we are going to leave the Scout BSA in here. If you are involved with a unit, I'd like you to stay. If you have sidebar conversations, do that after we open up initially. I have a couple quick things just for Scouts, just for Scouts BSA. And if you are the Cubbies, we're going to have you go down over here, and you will hear all about fall or spring recruitment with Jared, and he's already gone there. So, hadn't he? Yes. So go ahead and break out, and thank you all for being here, and especially our new people that came tonight. Thank you. Yeah.
Like, I don't know where.
Okay.
I just know it as a parent. Like,
Who's
okay,
that,
this
who's
place.
that guy?
Who's that British guy?
Almost got it figured out. I think so. The only way I know for sure is when I get home and my wife tells me she watched it.
Oh, I remember him.
She may be the only
You don't go
one.
back on YouTube and listen to all of it? to see what
Sometimes,
they-
well, I have to because I have to put in the chapters. So I do have to watch them. I skip a lot. All right. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the breakout session. I see some faces I haven't seen before, so welcome.
Hey.
So what we were going to talk about today is spring recruiting. I know we had a couple people who wanted to talk about crossover as well.
That's just me.
Okay.
That's just me.
So
But yeah, she had a question about crossover and transitioning to Boy Scouts.
Perfect.
That's my club master.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I didn't see Heather here, so I couldn't ask her any questions to make the transition easier.
No, you're good. So is everybody going to that troop? All the
It's-
kids, same troop?
We're
It-
5.
Yeah, we're about 5 that are
Okay.
going.
Nice.
It's our first large.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So hopefully, well, they choose to. Yeah, they choose to. But as far as my contact at the troop level, we're Pack 628 and they're Troop 628. It just makes sense to keep it linear.
Sure.
And they've also been a brother pack to us that
Yeah.
that a lot of the families generally have always gone to that troop.
Nice.
So it just made sense to keep that bridge, that communication.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, if that works for everybody, then that's great. It makes things super easy. So I don't know how much depth we want to get into, but I'm happy to chat with you about that. I can give you like a card, or we can talk over email. We can chat once we're done here. I can get into probably far more detail than anybody would ever want to know.
Well, last time it was easy because it was just introducing them to Willie and Heather.
Yeah.
Just, hey, this is who you're going to go to, exchange numbers. All right,
Yeah.
I'm done.
Nice. Yeah. So let's figure out what you need, and then we have a different scoutmaster over there now, or is that what we're dealing with?
Willie is going to be the new scoutmaster. So
Okay.
they're in a transition to getting a new one.
Okay.
So
Still, yeah, should run much the same, but we can get everybody like connected so we kind of know what's going on. But yeah, happy to help with that, absolutely.
When's your crossover?
April.
Okay.
So we're going
Nice.
to do our crossover in April.
Yeah, easy enough.
Yeah.
So, do you have like I was saying, like we can dig into it if you guys don't mind chatting about that. We can chat about it now. If everybody wants to talk about spring recruiting, we can talk about that too. So, whatever everybody's up for.
Well, I would be curious. We just had our AOL crossover, so I'd be curious to hear what other people do
So
for their AOLs.
historically, during the crossover, we have a little bridge, and we present them. Well, they're their AOL, and then we'll have the troop on the other side, and then they'll cross over, being accepted into the troop level, and then basically still spend the summer with us, but try to have them be involved with the last year we had one den chief, but try to have them go over to the troops at their event so they can start getting the hang of it. But basically they'll be doubling up on the Cub side and the troop side. So
Nice. Yeah, just getting to know everybody. That's
so that
nice
way,
for a transition. 'Cause,
Yes.
yeah, that makes a big difference with getting that comfort level at the troop. So, nice. That sounds good.
Yeah, that's nice, sir. We crossed over in February. It's like, okay, go.
yeah.
Sent the troops all the information, scout IDs. We pushed the kids to the troops. They are no longer on our roster.
We just, just the relations that we've had, I guess. I don't know, because we used to, during COVID, we also, we would piggyback off of their schedule, because since we're parent-owned, we have to rent our own facility. So to make it cheaper, during COVID, we would just piggyback on their rental facility too, and just be in the corner somewhere.
Do you guys have the same chartered org?
Yes.
Okay, that makes things super easy. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, nice. Yeah, what we did for ours was fairly similar. We've got a bridge. We just invited all the troops, so we crossed kids to 4 different troops. but we just had all the troops come out. We do it at our blue and gold. So I know some units do blue and gold as its own thing, and then they do crossover as its own thing. We do ours combined, so our blue and gold is our AOL crossover, but we don't do any of our other ranks at that event. We do that in April, so the rest of the ranks advance in April, or they get their badges in April, they advance in June. But yeah, we do arrows. So there's a online company where we've been buying arrows for the past few years. Guy makes them, they're super awesome.
Arrowkits.com.
And then there's another guy who makes the plaques. So 2 years ago, when my oldest crossed, we made all the plaques ourselves and like did a whole bunch of stuff. And nobody else wants to mess with that, so they've been buying plaques, and it's way easier. So I don't blame them. But they've been do an arrow, do a plaque, hand it over, get pictures, and then cross them over to the troop. The troop puts their loopies on and gives them their neckerchief and all that jazz. Kind of welcomes them in. It's really cool. So
We did pretty much exactly the same thing in February. We used JC Bear though.
Oh, yeah,
Always
nice.
Used him, so yeah, I think we'll just continue using him.
He's
JC
great. He's Bear.
JC Bear for plaques?
No.
He does kind of a
He's
ceremony.
Oh, okay.
entertainment.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we had him for like,
Do you mind us getting his number?
Sure. Yeah.
yeah, he does tons of stuff for units.
He loves the Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does he do?
Send the arrow.
He does like he kind
contact
of
that you have to this guy
dresses
right
up
here.
like a frontiersman.
Yes.
Comes in leather, dressed up like a frontiersman, historically
Do I have your,
accurate,
like,
and he's
t-shirt?
got this
I
whole
think I
kind of a
got
fire
some of your
presentation.
card,
Not actual
Okay.
fire, but
I got.
it's-
I don't think I do. If
Do you
you've
have
got-
JC Bear?
if
Are you
you've got
looking him
me-
up?
Yeah, I've got his,
Oh, you
I've got
got
his
it.
contact
Text you back.
information.
Okay, he's
But
got JC Bear.
I was actually trying to find a picture of him
Oh, yeah.
from our blue and gold.
Oh yeah.
So he does stuff like all over the place, does a big presentation. Usually he gets booked up pretty far out.
Yeah.
So-
you want to book him in like September.
Oh, yeah.
So if he's not available, we haven't had like somebody else come in and do entertainment for like the past 4 or 5 years, I think. We just kind of do our own thing, but a lot of people do that, and he does a great program. So if you can get him, and you've got the budget for him and everything, he does a phenomenal program. We had that for my first year in Scouts. When my oldest first joined as a Tiger, he was our blue and gold entertainment. He was
That's his email.
So yeah, if you can get him, that's great.
JC Bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Get
had.
him now because he's only going to do it for about another year and a half.
So
There you go.
one of his sons is doing it now.
Is he?
too.
Nice.
He said
Not
his,
anymore.
oh, he quit?
He got a full-time job working at Valor doing their theater.
Okay.
I
So
know
he's pretty much booked up.
supposedly
On Monday night.
our pack hired somebody who was Native American to do something, and it was really awful.
Oh.
So it discouraged us from doing any kind of other presentations
What-
except. But then we actually had somebody who was a family member who was Native American, and
Yeah.
so then they did stories, and that worked out really well. So we've kind of been like hit or miss with having somebody,
Yeah.
do something, for the kids. And so we've kind of been, I think, afraid to do anything for the kids. So unless, somebody had, you could say, okay, this somebody's family member or something like that could do something. It's been scary to.
Just
People are all like, "Oh, we remember that time," and then everybody's like, "No."
it can do that. Like
Yeah.
one bad experience can turn a unit off, even if nobody who is
Yeah.
currently in the unit like was there for it, like that kind of
Yeah.
propagates through the culture where they
Yeah,
hear
I wasn't
stories about
there,
it or
so I don't
whatever.
remember, but like everybody who was there was like, oh, you know, and
it's
then
like
it's just
generational trauma, like it just
Yeah.
transmits through.
J.C. Bear's been doing it for about
He's awesome.
35
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
He's a safe bet, but yeah, if
He
you
was giving permission to dress like he does and use some of the stuff that he uses
J.C.
by
Bear
a
and
Native
socks.
American.
okay,
So he's been blessed to be able to do some of the stuff that he does because of it.
nice.
But he's looking at transitioning to doing a whole lot less of them than he has.
Thank you.
He's done up to 300 in a year.
Yeah,
And he typically does between 20 and 30 every month from January through May. And he's trying to transition a little bit away from that. He's getting up there in age. And you're right, his son was going to do it, but as of right now, he's gonna have to step back.
Oh.
I think his name was, I think he was going by Brown Bear. Running Bear.
Yeah.
Running Bear.
We've only had JC come to the events, but yeah, he's been.
So,
thank you.
but as I hear from him, from Jerry, I'm good friends with Jerry. I saw him on Monday night.
Oh, cool.
If I hear anything from him about what his plans are, anything different, I will let everybody know. But
Yeah,
he's still willing to do it. If you want it for this year, good luck.
Oh, yeah. He's probably booked up for this year at this point.
He's got openings. He'll make time if he can. But yeah.
He packs up a lot of stuff to do.
yeah,
Yeah.
he puts on a show.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fills his truck up.
He sure does.
Okay, so I don't know if that's, we probably got more questions, but we can deal with that stuff too. Who wants to talk about spring recruiting? Nice. So, who already has plans for spring recruiting? So, one of the things that I am trying to do at the district level is to have more events that are organized by the district that are open to all units, where people can just like show up and do stuff and you don't have to plan everything, because for smaller units or struggling units, like a lot of times they don't have the bandwidth or they don't have the skill set to put together a big red carpet event for themselves, but like that's what the district can do. So I'm trying to get this stuff set up. So we've got BMX, something else that I do every month. I've got a monthly hike that I do for my pack. People are invited to come join us on that at any time. So if anybody wants to use that as a recruiting event, like come join us on a scout hike.
Okay.
I will tell you where and when to be. You don't have to plan a thing, just show up.
Okay.
Can I just ask a simple logistics question?
Yeah.
So, let's say we do the spring recruiting, and we get some people in our pack to join.
Yeah.
Do we basically just say, we slot them in a den? Do we basically just say, okay, you're just going to sit this scouting year out, and we'll start you into scouting next year?
So
how does that work? Because that's the one thing I've always, I like about fall, because it works out, because then you can like get
Catch
them
them
into the den, catch them up, but then whenever like November, we did that one recruiting, and we got a couple kids, and we were like, they were all in my den, and I had to like get them all caught up, and so I feel like the longer this goes, it's like, do you even bother to catch these kids up?
So for us, and like officially, the new scouting year starts on June 1st.
Right.
So most people don't start regular meetings until August or September. But starting in June, that's the new scouting year. That's when everything transitions over. They can start working on their new rank over the summertime. And so a lot of times what we'll do is if we're recruiting people in April or May, we'll just say, and we'll say, if you want to try to catch up, you can. It's going to be a lot of work on your own at home. Or we say, just come have fun with us, and we'll worry about rank next year. Like, just come hang out. We do a lot of fun stuff. Have a good time. Like, you don't have to worry about rank. It's not a big deal.
Because I mean, the first thing they're going to come to is the events where everybody else gets their ranks.
And it depends on how that timing works. We had a couple of people come to their very first scouting event, was our blue and gold. And we were like discouraging that because we thought nobody would like it and they wouldn't think it was interesting. We had 2 different people show up and thought it was amazing and wanted to join. So like that may be something where it looks like fun to them. You know, maybe they see that recognition and they think that sounds cool. So I wouldn't shy away from it. Like show them whatever they want to see. You know, if you're putting on a great program, just let them see it. They'll get involved.
Yeah, just set expectations with the parents. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty late in the year. This is what they're going to work on for the rest of the year. We'll make sure you get your Bobcat adventure since there's not a patch anymore. But you know, get that out of the way. And the only ones that I truly am like, hey, I'll work with you to help you find a troop is if they're 5th graders.
Yeah.
And like it's now that they can cross over March 1st if they're in 5th grade and already 11, like it's like or 10 now.
Yeah.
It's like, let me put you in contact with a few of the troops that I work with, see if that's not a better fit. But everybody else, I just level set with the parents. Say we're gonna have them join the pack, they join the den. It'll be their grade. They'll move up, so they still get their anchor chip. They still get all the other stuff. They just won't get a rank patch this year, but they'll get all the other belt loops and stuff that their friends are getting.
Yeah, that's what we started doing. Part of what we did too is that we started pushing our intentional recruiting events for the spring a little later. We used to do them in April, like early to mid-April, trying to kind of avoid the, like late school year stuff. But that puts them into that weird spot where they're like, well, maybe I can catch up. And sometimes, like, we've had a number of kids who, we had a whole den of lions. It was like 5 kids joined all at once in April, and they all finished, before the end of May. So like, people will do it if they're interested and they're excited about it, and their parents are on board. They'll jump in and they'll knock it out. So I wouldn't discourage them from doing it. I wouldn't use that as a reason not to invite somebody to come scout with you, especially if you've got a really good summer program. That's what scouting's about, is get them out there hiking and fishing and camping and doing cool outdoor stuff. Because if you don't get them until the fall, like maybe they don't join until September, and now it's getting cold and all your meetings are indoors and they don't see you do outside stuff until the next April, that's rough. So,
yeah, and you have, and excuse me, just to add some stuff, I had a lot of units that just had the kids join them that late and not have to worry about catching up or doing anything. They're just participating. It's kind of like getting a taste of the unit, and then they go to camp. And once kids go to camp, they stick around through the program. So you can invite them to day camp and then do. I don't know, like if you guys do, but we used to do the summer pack awards, and so we always had like a district event every month during the summer that the units would come out and participate. And then when they come in August, they're like they're going home. They're ready.
Exactly. Yeah, they've had a great summer. They've already done a bunch of cool stuff. So now you've got them. That's actually part of why we started doing. We do an October camp out now, specifically because we used to do one camp out a year in June. And we did only fall recruiting. Everybody would join in August and September. And we were in a windowless room in the basement of a church for like 6 months before they got to see the outdoors. Like, I'm like, that's, why are these people coming back? So I was like, yeah.
I guess as a parent, we just think of it as like a school year, right? Like start something at the beginning of the school year, because that's what we did.
Yeah.
Realizing it starts in June.
And it's year round.
Yeah, they can start whenever they start. It's not like a calendar, a school calendar year.
I've just recently had a handful of families reaching out to me now, like in March. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why they're suddenly looking, but people are looking all the time.
We've had a couple new families, right around this time.
Yeah.
Even though we tried to do our recruiting in August, like when the school season, or when school starts.
Back to school.
Yeah.
Back to school nights.
I think some of that is the visibility of scouts in general. I've talked about it with the leaders and everything. As we go to meetings, as we drive to a meeting, if you're driving to this meeting, you guys should be wearing your uniforms as you're driving. So if you stop and run into the grocery store to grab water, grab soda, grab dinner real quick, people see you in your uniform, and they're like, oh man, scouts is still out there. And you go into restaurants and stuff as you're doing it, just fast food or whatever. And a family will see you as a scouter, and the kid's gonna look and go, Dad, or Mom, hey, Scouts, how do we do that? So I think that there's that visibility that Scouts is getting again, that we kind of lost for a long time, because people shied away for certain reasons, and I think they're slowly coming back to it because people have realized what Scouts is. Scouts is a very viable program for the youth and for the adults. I think it's as viable for the adults as it is for the youth.
You also have families that are looking for something to do because of spring break.
Because it's what?
Spring break.
Spring break, yeah.
So spring break, like anytime there's a long week or a long vacation, parents are looking for something to get their kids into.
Yeah, what can I get my kids to do? I can
So-
sit them down with a book and they can sit there and work on it.
So yeah, the year-round recruiting thing is solid. Like, we usually do a couple of big pushes where we make concerted effort to put stuff out on social media. We ask the kids to invite friends. We usually do some of that for springtime and some for fall. But like, it's always a good time to join Scout. Like, it's there's no bad time, because the point of it isn't to get your badge or whatever. Like, some of the kids get real motivated by that, but they join in late May, and it's like, yeah, no, just hang out, have a good time. We'll get you started with your next rank in June. They decide they want to go nuts and work on it nights and weekends and knock it out. More power to them. We've had kids like that where they've joined and they just love it. They want to be doing it all the time. Parents are all about it, and so we've had people earn rank in a few weeks. Knock everything out. Just especially the younger kids, because their stuff is super easy. You can do a lion adventure in half an hour, so that's easy. Yeah, so the AOL stuff, it'd be tougher, but yeah, for the younger kids, they can just knock it out. But yeah, so the BMX thing, pretty excited about that one. We're working on trying to get some bike shops out there, so some local BMX race shops and BMX race mechanics to bring their gear out and help the kids tune up their bikes, make sure everybody's safe. We're working on trying to get that to be a pretty big event, so the more people can promote, bring out, I don't know if anybody's been out there. It is a large facility. It can handle a whole lot of people. It's got a big parking lot. There's lots of space for them to, the kids to ride on the track. We could handle a lot of kids out there. If we can get a whole lot of kids who are already involved, showing up, having a great time, we get some great pictures, some great video, we put that up on social media. That just helps to promote even more as we go. It's come out, do some fun stuff. We're gonna ride bikes, we're gonna go fishing, we're gonna go hiking, we're gonna shoot archery, we're gonna do all these cool things you wanna be doing. Come see Scouts. Yeah.
Okay, so I actually met you at, what was that thing called again?
Jamboree.
Oh, nice.
Yes. And my son asked you all these questions on how to get different badges, and we learned a lot. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My son was there.
Yeah.
And we were there.
Yeah.
And so there was that dude with the skateboard wheel thingy. Will he be there again at the BMX thing? He's a Colorado-based.
Oh,
Do you
right.
know what I'm talking about?
Yes, there was.
I didn't get to talk to
He had
him.
an electric. You know
Yes.
what I'm talking about. It's
The mountain
with the
skateboard with
wheels.
big wheels.
Mhm.
I don't have any contact info for him.
And I know he
I know I could
rents
probably
them
get.
by
Yeah.
the bridge in Rhino in downtown. You know that bridge with the
Yeah.
park. The park starts with an S.
Oh, it's right by the convention center, right?
A little bit further,
Across the street.
kind of
Oh.
in the not Rhino, but yeah,
Right.
like this Rhino area.
With the large dancing statues, is that
No.
different one?
You're talking the park that's down just
Do you by chance
north
have that,
of
that
Hartsfield.
image
Yeah,
available as
somewhere
like
there,
a
like by the
Yeah.
library or
It's on the-
something.
well,
All those
Right.
apartments.
It's in the
Little Raven,
Discord?
Little Ravens
So-
right there.
Are you in the Discord?
right down
Yes.
by
You have to
So I can-
download it from the Discord
I was just
and then
curious if
save
he'll
it
be at
in
this.
picture. I
At this
downloaded it from
BMX
Discord, dropped it in my
thing.
pack
It was really
announcements, and then
cool,
I
but yeah,
went out and like,
that would be
why
cool.
didn't the image load? It saved it as a
Yes.
WebP file.
Oh, okay.
And so I had to save it as a PNG and then drop it.
Okay. I think I also
You hyperlinked everything. Everything's there. I just edited it. I was like,
Yeah, I
well, that's
thought I-
stupid on my part.
I thought I had it in. I don't know if I've got the image in the calendar event, but also here, hang on, I So we also just have the sign up genius for this. So right now we've got like 11 kids both days. I'd love to have 50 plus kids both days. So like the more kids we can get out there, the better. The reason why we're doing this is because there's a dad in my pack who loves BMX. His kids race BMX, and he invited us out. He coordinated with the track. It was just a thing for my pack. And then when I got to talking to him, they were like, "This is really cool. We'd love to have more kids out here. We'd love to, reach out to the community, tell them about BMX." And so we'd love to get. They want as many kids as we can get there seeing BMX. That would make them ecstatic. So the more we can do, the better. It's for both Cubs and for Scouts BSA. So if you have troop contacts, share that with them as well. This is for everybody. Everybody bring a friend. Come out, have a great time. And I do have.
I just managed to save it, so.
Oh, nice. Okay. And then I don't know if I've got like email for everybody, but I know Bill does. So if he hasn't, I can ask him.
I'll send you the trained leader.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I've got it.
The list.
And you can sort it by pack troop.
Nice.
And I took and did it when I sent it out. I did it for them. I sent it when you guys should have got an email from me for the Pinewood Derby.
Yep.
That's off their trained leader list. If you're listed as a trained leader, you should have got it. I just cut and paste each pack.
Yeah.
So that it doesn't. Hopefully, then it doesn't go to spam.
Okay. Nice.
If you do too many of them,
yeah,
it'll a lot of times
mark it as spam.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you get more than 50 on a list, a lot of the emails will mark it as spam or potential spam.
Okay.
So it'll go into your junk. So I tried to avoid that, and so I sent it to specific packs. Now we've got 29 packs, and so I sent out 29 emails to 385 people or something. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get this image out
to you.
and then if people, thank you. If people want to share this on social media or whatever, get the word out. That's what I'm going to be doing. Is I'm in Parker, so all the neighborhood groups, all the mom groups, all the school groups, just blast it out of there.
What was it? Bad Moms of Parker?
Oh, I'm not allowed in there.
There's a Dad's of Parker.
I'm in Dad's of Parker.
There you go.
Yeah.
You and
I can't get into Bad Moms. They won't let me join. But we've got
they get
Facebook
mad.
group?
yeah.
Bad moms, they get
In terms of,
mad.
I saw volunteer sign up,
If the
what
dads-
is that
Oh.
for?
So mostly what I'm looking for is
They get
just
mad.
more hands to help direct people. There's gonna be BMX staff there who can show the kids how to do the bike stuff. We just need more adult leaders there to kind of wrangle people, make sure the kids know, where they're supposed to go, and make sure that everybody's acting right and all that jazz. So just the more more adults we have there who can kind of do normal adult leader event things would be great.
I'll pitch it to Troop 444 too. So
Nice.
'cause
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
awesome.
talking to them next week. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
Because they work on our site and wear it back.
I'll bug.
yeah,
About
absolutely.
14G too.
Awesome.
I'm sure someplace in there will fit into something.
Pretty sure we can't.
And there's a cycling adventure loop too. So
Well, and that was one of the
Cub
things
Scouts.
I figured, getting it twice, because I think there's a lot going on, and so I figured if we put it on 2 weekends, most people would be able to make one or the other. So
Yeah, I'm not available on the 3rd. I'll have to be at the 10th.
Well, I think the 10th, that's like the day before Mother's Day.
That's
Perfect.
Mother's Day.
Nothing says Happy Mother's Day like a broken arm.
there you go. See,
I
It
think
is the
both
weekend of
Mother,
Mother's
it's
Day.
Mexican Mother's Day.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's every 10th, no matter what.
yeah, Mother's Day on the 11th.
It's
I had I had somebody trying to plan. I can't remember what it was. Somebody was trying to plan something on that weekend. And they were like, "Get out of the house! Leave your wife alone with the kids. Go do something." I was like, "That's not gonna win, you guys. Like, that's not a strong plan."
No, they want to be in the house, but taking care of them,
Right.
so they don't have to do anything.
It's like, yeah, I don't know. This was.
Yeah, we tried to do family camp that weekend, and they're like, "No, that's not gonna happen."
We did a family camp on Father's Day weekend, and we had some people who were like, "Oh, this is great! I love to go camping for Father's Day."
Yeah.
But then we had a bunch of people who couldn't go because they have like they go hang out with Grandpa on Father's Day, and so they couldn't
Bring
come to
Grandpa
camp. so-
camping. I'm sure
Yeah.
he wants to sleep on the ground.
Now he's got to register.
Oh, that's true.
Just register Grandma and Grandpa. Bring them out.
We just pushed it where it's always on my anniversary.
So-
my wife loves going camping with our pack for our anniversary. It's her favorite.
We're doing that this year too. My wife and I were early June. Okay, so for anybody who is not yet on the Cub Scout Discord, yeah, so
As if I don't put all this out there at the committee meetings.
You're not reading the weekly newsletter? My wife says, I don't know anything that's going on in the pack, and I live with the Cub Master. I'm like, do you not read the stuff that comes out? She's like, no, I expect you to just tell me. I'm like, come to the meetings.
I got that too, where my wife says, like, I didn't know we had something. I'm like, it's on my calendar 3 times, but it's on my calendar because, like, I'm subscribed to the district calendar
yeah.
and the pack calendar and the troop calendar, but, like, it's not on my calendar. So I gotta copy stuff
I
over.
do, and then it's on my calendar 4 times. I'm like, I don't need this. Like, can you subscribe to these? No, I'm not subscribing to these.
What are you gonna
Because
do?
you get like
You
20
know?
emails a week from the school and the activities and like everything else. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh gosh.
That's it's one of the reasons why we do a lot of stuff through Discord for my pack as well. So one of the things that I'd love to help people with is setting up like a unit communication tool and just like show you guys how I have mine set up if that would be helpful, if anybody thinks that sounds super amazing.
Yeah, I actually added a question to the survey that you sent me to ask my
I'm everything
pack
short of
if they
via
would
carrier
want to do like a Discord
Nice.
or something like that, because we don't really have something beyond just like email
What do you
and such. And so I would like to use something like this, but I also don't want to go through the effort of doing it if nobody.
What are you all
Wes
using
is
to
the one
send
who sends
emails?
Sorry?
What are you all using to send emails?
The portal.
Oh, the
yeah.
Scout book?
Yes.
Okay. They should have settings in there for, like, so I'm using Troop Web Host. I can say, like, if it's Roundtable, send a reminder 48 hours in advance, and it always does it for me.
You can do that on your
But it's like
events.
so old school. Like you actually physically have to type like underscore brackets and everything that you want something highlighted.
Oh, you have to do HTML?
Yes.
You must be still using the old one.
That's what
on
I'm
Scout
thinking.
Book Plus.
So if you click,
there's a plus now.
if you click anywhere that's advancement related in Scout Book, it will take you to Scout Book Plus.
Yeah, it's way better.
It's red.
Way
and
better.
It's kind of red and yellow.
Okay.
This is why we come to Roundtable, guys. This is
Advancements.
Well,
there's so much info we can share.
Yes, I know. I haven't showed up in a while.
No,
but,
man.
I finally got my life together. Again,
Nice.
So.
That's awesome. I'm glad to have you back.
So,
The
yes.
URL is advancements.scouting.org.
Advancements.
I'm writing it.
Yeah.
I have it because
For communication, send a survey to your parents and find out what would be best for them. Because some of them will be like, I get 50 emails from school, so please send me a text and just have a reminder.
And there's a lot of
Good. We have like WhatsApp,
So,
Facebook,
WhatsApp's
and
good,
the email.
band.
Yes, so-
and Discord.
So yes, we have Discord, Facebook, everything she just said. Carrier pigeon, smoke signals.
Yeah, right.
Yes. We're trying to everything under the sun.
That's whatever it takes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yet I still have a parent like I never got that notification.
Yeah.
You're like, I am doing my best over here.
It's like, well.
Do they come to
yeah,
your
how
pack
could-
meetings?
Yes.
Just put them up.
No,
Get a
like-
TV screen and put them up front.
I
Just rotate 'em.
I bought a projector for that reason. I'm not kidding. I have a projector.
Nice.
It's like, hey, how come I never heard of this? Like, dude, you were there. We were face to face. I made eye contact with you. It said it's Tuesday.
Kids sang at me for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and how did you not hear it?
Just put it up with,
Loud and clear.
just put it up on a screen with a
yeah,
QR
okay,
code. Let
yeah.
'em-
See, sorry, and then now I have to poke fun because we have our meetings on Discord, the non-big ones, like things like Blue and Gold or like when we're trying to do a camp trip.
Oh, yeah.
We like to meet in person
Or parent meetings.
at parent meetings. But if it's something that's just a general, hey, what do we expect this, that, or the third for the next den meeting, then Discord. and this is where the poking fun comes in. Yeah, she knows where this is going. We say 6:30, and then they're there at 6, so they wait 15, 20 minutes. I guess no one's showing up, then they get off. 10 minutes later, me and the committee chair, Cub Master, or the assistant Cub Master, we're getting on, and it's like, nobody's here.
That's it.
Advancements is probably like silly be typing wrong with it. It might not have the S on it. It might just be advancement dust cutting at Oregon. Might be
Okay.
wrong.
No, it's,
But, so we like to have fun, though.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yes, no.
So that's one of the things that I like
Yeah,
for
what's
us is that
That's what it is.
having those communication tools for the pack is super helpful. Like, I could show you guys.
Is it rolled in?
It is for sure.
Oh, thanks. So you have Discord for the district. I've been on that many times, but you have it for your own pack and
Yeah, so I also have.
Is your parent involvement on the Discord pretty solid?
Oh yeah.
So
So
I
we
have some
have.
parents that are like, I don't know what Discord is.
Yeah, so we have
Those are
like
relatively new.
we have a whole bunch. We
Well,
got
it's
an
old
channel
ones.
for each den for the leaders and for the families, so they can communicate just for the leaders. Then we've got most of our planning happens in here. So we've got like our different camps. We have planning channels for each of those. We've got committees for all of our different committees. We've got channels for those. So everything that we're talking about, everything is in its own channel so that it doesn't get lost. Because what ends up happening if you're on like a text or an email chain or something, stuff just gets lost because somebody puts, oh, we were talking about blue and gold, but I wanted to mention something about camp, and that gets, in the giant stream, and then nobody sees it or remembers it. So we just, like, channels are free. Make a lot of channels. Like, you can just go nuts. So that's what we did. So yeah, we've got, we do a pack meeting planning channel. So every pack meeting that we plan has a channel for it. So just, if we're talking to the leaders about, who's in charge of what, like, we do all that stuff. So yeah, we have, we just go nuts.
Well, we're a small pack, so.
We struggle with, like, we do our planning in Trello and we link to it constantly.
Yeah.
But if it was all in one spot, that might actually get parents understanding what's going on.
So there's some of the parents.
It's so fancy with Trello. You're like one step away from Monday.
The only problem is Trello. We're on a free Trello, so they took a bunch of the features away. But if people aren't used to using a project management tool like Trello and stuff, they're like, what am I looking at? Like, they're completely lost.
So you can get free Slack. You can get the free professional Slack.
Deletes after 90 days though.
No, so that's the
professional, yeah.
free, like the free one. I got to talk to Clay Roberts. So there's a way that you can, I can't remember the name of it, but he's got a system where it's like there's a company that provides like free or heavily discounted software to nonprofits. And you just have to like sign up in there, and there's like tons of different stuff that you can get either for free or like super cheap. And you can get free professional Slack through there. So for my troop, that's what they do. They use the charity Slack. We tried Band for a while. I know a lot of people like Band. I think Band works really well for if the kids are involved, because it's like more contained. I guess that's one of the complaints that people have about Discord. If there's kids involved too, is like it's really easy for them to just kind of like, if they're supposed to be on there doing troop stuff, they go chase stuff down. There's a lot of gnarly stuff somewhere on Discord. We only do it for our parents. Like, we don't have any kids because we're pack. So for the troop, it's a little bit of a different situation. For us, we don't care. What's funny is though, a lot of parents will join the Discord and they'll be like, I didn't realize my gamer tag from 20 years ago would pop up that I haven't used since I was raiding on WoW or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I
have
Band.
Cub. I'm a Cub
my
Master.
beacon.
I have a
we were
Scout
considering
that's in the
Band too.
So you can do Band. It's a little tougher to do all the channels.
Oh, that's right. This is the cover.
You can. It's just a little trickier. It's not quite as clean.
Band's very linear too. Like,
yeah,
people are like, I can tell when there's something going on at the troop meeting because it's like, and it's like, stop.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this could have been an email.
Discord has a read all feature. Mark is red.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, band does not. I have to literally sit there
And mute. I like mute.
So Discord's got a lot of great features. It is kind of catering to the gaming community largely, and so like there may be people who don't know what it is.
Do you use bots to send out messages or anything like, "Hey, this is happening"? Bloop.
Yeah, we did. We used a bot. We subscribed our pack events so that they pop up in the announcements thread. Like automatically, anything that's coming up will just show up in the announcements thread. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with it. Like you can get deep in the weeds on Discord. But Slack is great too. A lot of people use Slack for work. So one of the complaints you'll get is,
I know I got 2 Slacks.
like, yeah, I got to do, or like, I don't want Discord. I'm already on band for school, and I'm on Slack for work, and I'm on this, and I'm on that. So people don't want to do it, but it's like,
Well, good
tough.
news is,
Like, I don't know.
good
Yeah,
news
this is where we
you
talk.
You don't have to necessarily download Discord. You can just you
use it
can
on
still
your
enter it
desktop.
Yeah.
via a web browser.
Yeah, you can just do it on the browser. So it's not too bad, but it is something else to check if you're providing value or if it's something where your leaders are using it. So like the district Discord is, even though we've got, I don't know how many dozens of people on there, way less active than my pack Discord, because like over the years, we've just built up the culture that almost everything we do goes through Discord. So all the leaders are in there regularly. They're all chatting, they're all checking in with each other, they're sharing resources, they're making plans, they're talking to each other. Like it takes some time to get people used to it. And you may never get your parents to sign in there. Like I still have to send emails, I still have to send texts and stuff. But the leaders will get into Discord if that's where the magic happens. Like if that's where all the discussion is going to go on, you can kind of twist their arm and get them in there at least, because they kind of have to be in order to be involved in the planning if that's where it's happening. So
I volunteered you for something in Discord. So.
Just an FYI.
Jared, right?
No, I was just gonna say is I
Oh.
could tell people I volunteered them for
there
stuff
you go,
in
yeah.
Discord.
You can tag them. You can add.
Yeah, exactly. Be like, hey, thanks for taking this task on.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So if we're like an AOL den, right?
Yeah.
That will be crossing over into the troops. Like, who's in charge of that group then in the troops?
So
The
most
same
troops should have a
parent?
new member coordinator or somebody in charge of, as new scouts come in, they're going to put them into a patrol. Like they should have that established. 628 definitely does.
Yeah, it
'Cause
won't,
they're-
it won't be something you have to handle.
No.
Like once they cross the bridge, like you just wash your hands of them. That's it. You're not in charge anymore.
That's us. Yeah, that would be fine.
Yeah. So
but
yeah, you transfer
I'm
them in
kind of
scout
like
book.
the designated
So what I would do.
den leader unofficially.
So what I
So
would
I gotta
do
let
is
like
send
the other parents
Yeah,
know like
actually,
what we'll
that
be
is
doing.
a very good
the
question.
troops
What-
should have
what
somebody
like-
to
time,
contact.
like,
What are other benefits of being a registered leader? If
I mean, you can see the.
she says she doesn't want to be.
You can see the roster on My Scouting if they give you access. You know, depending on what your communication tools are. Technically, being a registered leader doing your YPT, then you can send emails that scouts can be included on with other leaders. Any communication there, but
You can count as too deep leadership for meetings if you're taking a den on a hike. If you're just a parent, if you're not a registered leader, you don't count as too deep leadership. You have to be a registered leader to be
you get to run these really cool shirts.
to be legal. So if you're taking your den on a hike or something like that, you're supposed to have 2 registered leaders, not just 2 parents.
So. Okay, so you have to be registered in order for like a hike to count then? Is that what you're saying?
So
No.
every scouting event has to have 2 registered leaders. It's called 2 deep leadership. And so if you're taking a hike with just your den, you have to have 2 registered leaders there. It can't just be parents. Because you have to have 2 people who are registered with your chartered org. The chartered org has approved them, said that they're they're good representatives of the chartered org. Background checked, like all that stuff. So you have to have that if you're doing something at a den level. Now, if you're doing a pack level and you've got leaders, if you have multiple registered leaders at the event, then you're covered there. But it's if you're doing something separate. So if your den ever does something on its own, you would need to be registered to count as one of those 2D leaders.
Spouses don't count.
Right.
So husband and wife can't.
No, they do.
They can now?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a Girl Scout rule.
Okay.
And some chartered orgs.
So it is not
chartered orgs
not
will
in
have
Guide
a-
to Safe Scouting that spouses cannot serve as 2D leadership.
Yeah.
I thought I heard it
Never mind, I just lied.
No.
Yeah, it's fine. No, chartered orgs can have special rules. So like I think Catholic Church, a lot of times they'll have that rule, but it's a chartered org rule, not a scout.
It is discouraged. It would be better that the 2 adult leaders are not related in case something does arise, but it is not in Guide to Safe Scouting that way.
So then if this AOL then moves over, the new coordinator would help put them in a patrol.
Oh,
Exactly.
Once they're in the troop, they're no longer your responsibility. They are a new unit.
Well,
And
and the troop
they,
is,
I'm just a parent. I'm an overly involved parent. Let's
Oh,
just say that.
that's a great first step.
We're a parent-run unit, so we're like overly involved.
So once you
in
get to that
everything.
troop meeting, they'll be like, hey, they're going to go off and do stuff. You come talk to the committee and find out what you want to do at the troop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk to you back, but
Help cook it.
when you go to Boy Scouts, it's different than the Cub Scouts. Cub Scouts is adult led. BSA Scouts is usually Boy Scout led. So they will basically just toss them right in there, and they will be so happy they're there because we all want new scouts,
Yeah.
right? That's it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so yeah, they'll just literally get soaked in, and you'll have to get used to not stringing them around. I know I had to be adjusted myself. So
A lot of times the leaders at the troop level will specifically like pull you away so that the scouts can teach the younger kids. Like they teach the new kids
Only the ASMs
everything that they're supposed to
interact
do.
with the scouts.
Yeah, so they'll like we just had this happen because we just crossed a bunch of kids into my son's troop. All the new parents got pulled into a room to ask questions and figure out like, what they needed to do, and their kids were just in the other room learning, doing a merit badge with a bunch of, the elected leaders of the scout troop were kind of running the show. And I was in there, and there was the merit badge counselor was in there, but like we were just hands off watching because the kids run the whole thing. It's super cool.
We're still resources, like the Merit Badge Counselor or the Scoutmaster's mostly quiet, which is kind of cool, but then they get their leadership skills by actually leading. So it's crazy. That's
Yeah,
great.
so once they
not
get
have to do programming.
Okay, great. So I can still be like an overly involved parent, but on the side.
Exactly.
Yeah, they'll want you to do like committee chair, fundraising
So-
chair,
So I don't have to be
You
working.
know, we'll go camping together.
charter
Great,
organization
you know.
rep, camp coordinators. Most of them have a camp coordinator
If
who's
you-
literally responsible for setting up camping trips.
If you want to go camping with the troop, you have to be registered.
Yes.
Even as a parent?
Yes.
So you have to go through all the white
Yes.
Yep.
That is required now.
Yeah.
like Baloo and all that stuff?
No, no,
Not
no,
the
no.
Baloo, you do have to be a registered leader.
Okay.
We got 20 minutes, Pop.
No, that was actually a little bit more. So we have to vacate the building by 9, that's why we're trying.
Yeah, we try to mix it up.
But yeah.
But yeah, so for Cubs, there is a parent exception to that rule. So for Cubs, if you are a parent of a scout in the unit, you can go camping without being registered. At the troop level, there are no exceptions. Everybody who is camping has to be registered.
Even under any other, there's no exception, or are there
Yeah,
any
every-
special exceptions with?
Every adult has to be registered.
They will make you register. Even
I
if
think
you,
she's asking because her
Like
parents are-
my son has autism, right? So,
Yeah, so they will
I
have you
mean, but he's
register.
self-sufficient, can do everything,
Yeah.
that's fine. But sometimes, we have a couple kids in our troop unit too that are severely ADHD as
Yeah.
well
You should-
too.
you
So
should
it's
talk
like,
to Ross.
do we sometimes we're needed to just kind of help guide them.
So
know?
you would register as a leader, and then you would go on the camp out if you need to. But yeah, there's no exceptions. You have to be registered to attend Scouts BSA camp.
Okay.
And scouting has guidelines and guidance for leaders for children with learning any sort of disability. Really, they have all of that already outlined for troops to follow.
Yeah.
But I think though, like adults, like all of us as adults or parents, we all have to take the YPT training.
You don't have to. It's strongly
Right.
encouraged.
Isn't it when we go camping though? I think don't parents have to
Leaders
say,
have to be YPT
Yeah,
trained.
so it's not
Suggested, it doesn't say that it's mandatory.
Now, in Scouts
Okay.
BSA, anybody who's registered as leader has to do YPT.
You can't be registered without YPT. So we do that as a pack policy. Is
Yeah.
everybody who goes camping with us has to have YPT, but that's a pack policy. It's not not a national
It's a good
scouting
CYA
policy.
because then you're like, everybody's YPT, everybody fulfills 2D leadership. We don't have to worry about like this person can't leave because then we've got this and that, and everybody's YPT. We're good. Yeah.
It's also nice. It's just like a cultural thing for us. Is like we're all trained. We're all looking out for each other. We're all here to help each other. We all want to be the best we can be at keeping the kids safe. So that's part of our culture. Is just you do the training so that you can help keep an eye out for any signs of bullying or anything else like that you may not recognize if you haven't had the training. So we do that, but that's a PAC policy. That's not a national policy.
So even if you want to go to like the district events,
Are we talking as a Cub leader or as a Scouts BSA leader?
I don't know. I'll have to figure that out when that time comes. Okay.
And if it's overnight, so if it's specifically overnight, so if you're going to like a district day camp as a parent, but that's Cubs, so that wouldn't count for Scouts BSA. If you were doing a merit badge college as a parent, then you wouldn't have to be registered because it's a daytime only event. But if anything that's overnight, you would have to be registered to attend any overnight event with a Scouts BSA unit.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fairly recent here in the past couple of years. There were a lot of other rules and changes and everything, but that's now, I think 2 years ago, something like that is when they changed that. Yeah. So there's a lot.
It's quick, it's easy to do.
Yeah, it's not too tough. The YPT, I think, takes like an hour and a half, something like that. You got to do it once every 2 years.
And they'll send you emails.
Oh yeah.
I think when you do the.
Because if you let it lapse
they'll-
and you're a registered leader, you are no longer a registered leader.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no,
they'll
we
send
had-
you some nastygrams.
Yes.
The only
We had a
thing that takes time is you fill
we had a
out an
parent who
application,
lapsed and
then
they
you
send
go
it like
on,
a
and
literal
then
cease and
YPT
desist letter.
And then they'll do a background check.
Cannot
on you.
participate in scouting
So,
activities.
That's it.
It's-
Our
It's not
inactive
too
treasurer got the cease and desist. Like, please stay our treasurer.
Okay. So I don't know how much we talked about spring recruiting, but we talked about a lot of stuff. Hopefully that was helpful. Yeah, if anybody, if you are not yet in the Discord, get in the Discord. That'd be great. If you need to get a hold of me, I don't think I have cards in this one, but I'm happy to share my contact info.
Got a
If
new
anybody
fancy
wants-
shirt, now you don't have.
I know, like I need to put cards in all my shirt pockets. Brian Bell didn't pre-stock my shirt.
You gotta throw some nonsense.
Yeah, no, if you want to
Nice.
shout it out really quick, I couldn't find you.
So I am Cubmaster at ColoradoPack396.com.
Oh, I'll say your phone number.
Oh, my phone number? 303-618-8680.
So, random question.
Yeah.
What, because we learned about, like, when we went to Jamboree this summer,
Yeah.
about, like, the world, like,
World of Scouting.
the world scouting, yes. It really piqued our interest here, and I know it was up in Kentucky. It's going to be Kentucky next, correct?
West Virginia?
West Virginia.
Yeah.
National
National
Jambo is always in the same place.
Oh, so now,
Yeah.
and that's every year or every 2 years?
Every 3? 4?
Four.
4.
And the world is
World Jamboree's every
4?
5
I
or
think it's in
4.
Poland or something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Poland
that
is
one
the
does
next one.
rotate, which you just missed the one that was in the U.S. 2 years ago. I can't
I thought
remember.
it was,
I thought it was
okay.
Japan
I thought it was
or something
Korea,
like that,
South
yeah.
Korea.
The next one.
The last one was Korea.
Yeah.
I think
And
the
then
next one's Poland.
Poland, right.
Yeah.
There was
But
a
it's kind
U.S.
of like
one.
a 2-year gap between it? Is that
Well, there's
kind of-
so every 4 years they do the National Jamboree. It's always at Summit Bechtel in West Virginia. But then the World Jamboree is like all
We'll
over
go
the
see
place.
more.
Okay. So which one, isn't West Virginia coming up in next year?
2026, yeah.
Okay.
You have to be. It depends on the troop, but usually you have to be 14 to go to Jambo, don't you?
I don't know.
That's custom.
Usually with Scouts PSA, you need to check with your troop to see what age they let you go to National Jamboree.
But can you go with your district then? If your troop doesn't go, can you be part of the district?
So yeah,
That's
the
what my
councils,
understanding was.
councils and districts will put together contingencies of scouts, so your troop doesn't have to all go. You can sign up to be part of the contingency.
Like I never thought about juicing it for.
Learned a lot about.
Yeah, I haven't been to that yet.
Jamboree.
I've never been to a national Jambo.